Hello and welcome to another Retro Course Gaming Pickups. Yes, it's been a while since we did one. We missed out last month's Gaming Pickups video because there wasn't much to show you. And we're in a slightly different location, but still in the same studio room. Alright, so you can see just over there, that's my vertical screen for vertical scrolling shooters, arcade games. Yeah, don't really have a room for the real arcade cabinet, so that's what I use. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Let's talk about the new gaming pickups. So there's been quite a lot of new stuff and a lot of retro stuff in the last couple of months that's been bought. And you guys have also been buying a lot of stuff, so I'm going to be showing the pictures of that stuff later on at the end of the video. But first of all, I want to show you this. Oh yeah, look at this little tiny credit card sized games machine. That's going to be the next gaming hardware review, so that's coming up in probably in a week or so, so keep an eye open for that. This is not bad actually, it's pretty good. Okay, so on to the gaming pickups. Now I'm going to go in reverse order from the newest systems down to the oldest systems. So we'll start off with Xbox Series X, and we've got Balan Wonderworld, the game that's caused so much controversy. And you know, all those stupid videos on the internet where people are like, oh my god, it's awful, you know, all those stupid thumbnails. God, I hate that stuff. But yeah, this is the game that's causing a lot of controversy, and to be honest, it isn't all of that good. Yeah, so this is the Xbox Series X version. You know, it runs 4K 60 FPS from what I can tell anyway. It's just a typical 3D platformer with a lot of finicky changing costumes to get to different locations, going back to previous maps because you have to find characters in future maps to access areas in previous maps. It's just a lot of messing about, and I really can't be bothered. I did complete all the maps. I think there was 12 in total, I think, can't remember. But anyway, I did complete them all, but I just couldn't be bothered to go back and find out all the other stuff. And one of the main reasons for that is because the game is incredibly fiddly. Just like Sonic Adventure, yes, Yuji Naka is behind this. Was he involved in Sonic Adventure? Probably. This has an awful camera. You can change the camera with the right analog stick, but I found myself always missing platforms or falling off the edge of things. And yeah, I mean, it just feels 2 generations out of date. I mean, it looks nice, but yeah. So that's that. Balan Wonderworld. And apparently on the Nintendo Switch it's much worse. PS5 version, I don't know about. Alright, sticking with the Xbox, we have got Nier Replicant. Yes. Now I came into the Nier series with on Automata, is that what it's called? That's how I got introduced into the series, and that is an amazing, wonderful game. I love that game. So I came to this one knowing that, well, from what I read on the internet, that it isn't as good, and a lot of people said if you played the follow-up to this, then you're not going to be interested in this one. I disagree. This game is a lot smaller, and it is a little bit older in its playstyle, but it's still a very good adventure game, adventure RPG. Great story, loads of action. It's been improved from the original. I never played the original, but from what I've read, it's been improved a lot playability wise. Even the things like the fishing, they kind of know people had issues with the fishing, so that has been made a little bit easier. Basically, if you fail a couple of times, they just give up and give you the fish. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I really did enjoy this one. I finished it once, and then I finished it again, second time, and now I'm on to the third time. Apparently you got to finish it 3 times to get all 3 endings. I did come up with a message at the end of the second ending to tell me to pick up all the weapons to get the final 3rd ending, so that's what I'm doing right now. Good game, really enjoyed it. It's on PlayStation 5 as well, so if you can get it, get yourself a copy. Enjoyable game. And again, last Xbox One game, this is Prey. Now this is a pretty old game, but it was re-released on the Xbox One and Series X. It runs at 4K 60 frames per second, butterly smooth, doesn't drop any frames from what I noticed, and it's just a great game all round. Amazing first person shooter. check it out if you can. Maybe not the longest game out there, but still definitely worth picking up. Alright, staying with the modern consoles, but one generation behind, we have a PlayStation 4 title. This is Darius. What does that say? Cosmic, spelled in a weird way. Okay, this is Darius Cosmic Revelations, or Darius, however you want to pronounce it. And what this game contains is a Darius, the original arcade version, plus the HD remake. Now you can see from the video up there that the HD remake doesn't really change any of the textures or anything. It just makes all those jaggies go away and look a lot smoother. And it does make the game a lot more appealing when playing on a modern day flat panel TV. Also on this we have a Darius Burst EX Plus, which was a widescreen 3-screen arcade game. It seems to be more of a score attack game for what I've noticed. I've never seen the arcade machine, but I'm not really too keen on that. It doesn't seem like a proper game. It is more, as I said, more like a score attack type thing. But Darius in HD, definitely worth buying this just for that. Great game. Great soundtrack as well. Okay, knocking down another generation, we've got an Xbox 360 title. This is Child of Eden. So basically, this is the follow-up to Rez. Now, if you didn't know, Rez was like, how would you explain it? A music-based acid trip of a game, I guess. It first came out on the Sega Dreamcast and then was later re-released on the PlayStation 2. And I believe it got an HD re-release on the 360 and possibly PS3 as well. This is the sequel to that. And again, it's more of the same thing. It's basically a techno, drum and bass, maybe a little bit of drum and bass, but it's like electronic music played with a flashy drug enhanced visuals. And yeah, it's a good challenging shooter, based on music. Really hard to explain this one, but I'm sure from the video up there you get an idea what I'm talking about. So there's that as well. And what is unusual is this actually comes in a purple box. I don't know if you can see that. Let me open it up and show you so you can see it a bit better. Now normally Xbox 360 games came in the green box, but this one is purple. Yeah, how about that? That's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Alright, okay, so getting on to another generation down. It's time for Sega Dreamcast. And yes, we have got Xenocider. Now you've probably already seen this on my channel. I did a video on it. This is a 3D shoot 'em up for the system. And on the box it says the first 3D game for Dreamcast in over 15 years. Not actually true, because there was a racing game released before this, and that was 3D. But I guess when this was in production, there were no official 3D full games released on the Sega Dreamcast. So we have the special edition here and the regular edition. Both are the same game-wise, just that this one comes with the soundtrack as well. Now, the game does have different play modes. The main play mode is the play mode I don't really like as much. It's kind of a into the screen shooter where you're on rails, and you can move your cursor about and avoid things by moving the character and so on. But I like the bonus games, especially the Space Harrier bonus game. Basically, it's just a pure Space Harrier ripoff, but I love Space Harrier, so for me, that running at 60 frames per second looks absolutely amazing. It's really nice. Alright, moving down another generation, we have some Sega Saturn stuff. And, well, we have one game, not some stuff. We have Jung Rhythm, which I believe is meant to be Jungle Rhythm. Yeah, even in English it says Jung Rhythm on the side. I don't know if you can see that there. But this is the Sega Saturn's equivalent to Parappa da Dappa. And it was made by Ultron, and as you can see, this version also comes with the spine card. You can just get it out for you there. So yeah, complete version. And this cost me pennies. It was basically free. I got this from Yahoo Auction. And it is in 100% perfect condition. As we can see, we even have the registration cards inside the instruction manual. And we also get the lyric sheet for all the songs that are on the game as well. Take a look at this. Look at that. So we have the actual lyric sheets for all the songs, all the lyrics. and on that side as well. Now you may think that that's a little bit strange, but actually in Japanese CDs, especially CDs of Western releases, they will keep the standard Western CD booklet, but then insert a Japanese booklet as well with all the lyrics written in Japanese and also sometimes in English. So that's pretty standard for a Japanese music CD, and basically they've done the same thing with this game. As for how the game plays, well, it's kind of like parappa-da-rappa, but it does seem a lot more difficult to get the timing down. It's not as good, but it's still a good laugh. All right. Now, next, you may think that I've been spending a lot of money, because look what we got here. Mega Drive Twinkle Tail, Mega Drive Steel Empire, Mega Drive, oops, I'm dropping them all, Alien Soldier, Mega Drive Battlemania 2, Mega Drive Battlemania, and Mega Drive Elemental Down. All these games are really expensive titles. I mean, they cost a lot of money. I mean, just these games alone could buy me probably a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox Series X. Well, maybe an Xbox Series S. Maybe not, couldn't split to an X. But yeah, that is a lot of money right there. But the thing is, these are all repros bought from China. And I'm gonna go into detail about these later on in a separate video, because some of the repros are pretty good and some of them are not so good. So I got 3 from one seller and 3 from another seller, and I'm going to show you the difference and link to the sellers in another video. Now, I'm not up for repros, you know, when it comes to deceiving people and making people think that they are the original game. You couldn't pass these off as the original game. I mean, from this angle, they probably look like originals to you. But, you know, when you see them in person, if you get some detailed photos, there's no way you could pass these off as original. Especially when you look at the cartridge. This Elemental Down, or yeah, what's the, yeah, not Elemental Down, is it? What's it called? Elemental Down. Oh, there you go. I've been calling it the wrong name for years. But you can see from the cartridge that the label is just too glossy, and it's actually the wrong sticker. Whereas, for example, this Twinkle Tail one here. Now we open this up, you might think that's the real deal, but again, the sticker on the cartridge is too glossy. And yeah, well, I'm not going to go into the back of it, but we will look more into these in the near future. And actually, they do come in these cases, which are very shiny, and the plastic on them looks cheap, and well, they are cheap as shit. So that's why I swapped them over to real Mega Drive cases. Managed to get a set of 20 of those brand new as well. But not all the Mega Drive stuff I've bought recently are repros. I do have a couple of official games. So first we have this one. This is Shining in the Darkness. Basically, this came with the boxes I bought. And I was very surprised to find out that the game is in perfect condition. Absolutely mint, so very happy for that. Probably never play it, but it's a good one to add to the collection. Good RPG. And also, another game that came with the set of boxes I bought was Super Monaco GP. And surprisingly, I don't own this. I did used to have it when I lived back in the UK. I had the PAL version. But for some reason I don't own the Japanese one, so again, it's in really nice condition, so very happy to finally have that. Yes. And one more, and now this is a weird one. You may think that this is a knockoff, a fake, a copy, a Chinese original or a Taiwanese original, but no, this is an official excuse me, Asian Mega Drive game, which was sold in the likes of Taiwan and so on. And you can see here that compared to a Japanese game, let's see, in Monaco GP, the side of them uses the Japanese Mega Drive logo. It uses the same logo, but the actual Mega Drive logo on the box is this gold variant, and this is only for the Asian market. Now, Japan do not consider themselves as the Asian market. The Asian market they consider for the likes of, as I mentioned, Taiwan and maybe the Philippines, things like that. And as you can see, they have PAL and NTSC versions. This has an NTSC sticker up on the top. And the game boxes are always in English. As you can see here, on the back is all in English. And one other thing which is very interesting about these, they really are a hybrid. The cartridge itself is a Japanese style cartridge, and the back of the sticker is in English, whereas on a Japanese cartridge, that back sticker is Japanese. But they are genuine, they're not fake, these are real Sega licensed products. And they come with an English manual and, if I can get it out here, let's put this over here, a Chinese manual as well. So it comes with two manuals. Now the English manual again has the Japanese Mega Drive logo on the back and the special Asian logo on the front, and they're in black and white, and they do resemble American Genesis manuals, but oops, they are not for the Genesis, they are for the Mega Drive. Even on the back page it says Sega Mega Drive here. So they're very interesting. It's like a mix between an American Genesis and a Japanese Mega Drive manual. And the Chinese manual is even more confusing. It's very Japanesey on the back with the squares and so on, like the original Japanese Mega Drive box, but the actual inside of the manual is all in Chinese. And I'm thinking this is traditional Chinese, not the basic Chinese that's used in mainland China. So yeah, there is that as well, and again in black and white. Now there are quite a few Mega Drive releases like this, and back in the day I actually had a Bare Knuckle 2 which was like this. It had the bloody awful Western artwork on the cover with the gold logo here and so on, but had the Japanese cartridge and the two manuals like this. So they're kind of interesting, these Asian releases. Actually, while the manual may be like Genesis, the box is more like a PAL Mega Drive box with this 16-bit cartridge written down here. And it says for sale in Asia except Japan and Korea. Yeah, because Korean had their own Samsung branded cartridges. And on the back it says 94 Sega Enterprises, made in Japan. Actually says down there on the barcode, made in Japan. So that's that. Interesting, isn't it? Asian Mega Drive release. Alright, so they are the gaming pickups that I've managed to get hold of over the last couple of weeks. So let's take a look and see what you guys have been buying as well. And remember, if you want to submit your gaming pickups to be featured in the next episode of Retro Chords Gaming Pickups video, please send them to the email address right down there. And I will feature them on the next show, whenever that will be. Okay, until next time guys, take it easy and keep on gaming. Let's check out what you guys have been buying.